Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning into my first video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff to keep the content coming. But yeah, enjoy this video. I cannot stress how important a great base is for applying makeup. So I like to use my SkinKissed Vitamin C Serum to ensure that my skin is supple, hydrated, because I feel like the worst thing ever is applying makeup on skin that's like dry. It just sits nastily. Just avoid it, sis, avoid it. So I rub this in, just 2 drops, and make sure to work it in so that your face is not unnecessarily wet. I then proceed to apply my foundation, and guys, I'm begging you, don't judge me. I think I'm so bush with how I do it, but I use 4 pumps of my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation in the shade R250, and I mix this with my Sleek Illuminator in Pompeii, just so that I have a healthy, dewy / glowy look. In order to avoid looking blotchy and unbalanced, blending's going to have to be your best friend. Blend to the point where you feel like you've achieved a good skin finish. You don't want to have too much product in one area and significantly less amount in another. So it's so vital and so key that you blend. I usually highlight first, but I'm not quite sure what I was playing at in this tutorial. But I use my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Dark Cocoa, which is around 3 to 4 shades darker than my highlighter if I'm not wrong. And I contour around my forehead, the sides of my face, I carve out my cheekbones, and I go over my nasal bridge. And don't mind me, this little bit where I put the concealer right above my nostrils, I cannot tell you where I got it from or why I do it, but I think it's cool, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I'm even stuttering, I'm embarrassed. Sis, blend. What you don't need right now is a blatant line of demarcation between where your foundation stops and where your concealer starts. Like, I'm watching this video now and I really feel like I could have blended a little bit more, maybe a big bit, but blend to the point where you feel as if you have a seamless transition between your base and your contour. I prefer to use a flat brush to blend out the concealer that's on my nose. When it comes to picking my brushes and what I use them for, I pick according to size and the area I'm going to need them to work in. So for this particular area, I feel like this brush is best suited. Now I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee. I couldn't even tell you how many shades lighter it is than my skin. But you know, YouTubers like to say it is 3 shades lighter than my skin, but it's yellow and I'm brown. That's not free. I use this in areas where my skin might be lighter, because your face isn't necessarily one shade all over. You have areas that are lighter and darker. But I use this under my eye, along my chin, and in the forehead area that hasn't got the contour, so it's kind of like a light to dark gradient. And I use it to carve out my cheekbones to ensure that they're extra chiseled and sharp and that they pop, and along my nasal bridge, more specifically in the center, so that it makes the nose look more prominent, not so that it's flat. So the contour adds a shadow and the highlight adds like an extra point, I would say.
Using liquids or misting products on your equipment is too vital. Like for your beauty blenders and your brushes, you can't use a dry beauty blender. Like, I feel like I've seen people do it and I don't know how you guys are doing it, but that is your own. In my case, I like to spray my MAC Fix Plus spray on my beauty blender, and then I'll pat the beauty blender on my hand so that it's not too wet. It's more of a damp / moist kind of feel, and then I'll work with this. Like if you're working with dry equipment, you'll be moving product around more than you'll be allowing it to sink in. Now I'm using my Sleek Face Foam Kit in medium to set the cream contour, and again, by using this flat brush I'm able to target the nasal area and not have an excess of product. For any product names you might have missed, I'm going to list them all in the description bar. Our goal is to build dimension back into our face, so I'm using this fluffier brush to contour along my forehead and my cheekbones. And for this part, I'm using my black Opal Deluxe finishing powder in medium to bake, or what's known as baking in the makeup community, which is applying a powder to the highlighted areas of your face and allowing it to sit there for a number of minutes. I personally don't like to bake for ages because I feel like it can leave a cast on your face, contributing to a flashback, which is every woman of colour's biggest makeup enemy. The whole point of baking is to help eliminate oiliness and creasing, which are issues you may have when you're applying makeup, and focusing on areas such as the under eye where you might find creasing, and in the forehead area where you might be prone to being more oily, or in my case next to my nose, like in that little crease next to my nose. Focusing on areas like that when you're baking would really help your makeup to stay much longer and appear much more flawless. I cannot stress, and I feel like I say I cannot stress so much, but I cannot stress how important it is to ensure that everything is seamlessly blended. You don't want to have visible lines of transition, like, okay, yeah, I can see it's dark here, yeah, it's light here, it's dark, it's light, she can't blend. No, you don't want that. So I like to use my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish in Dark Deepest to go over the areas that I've highlighted and contoured, so I'm blurring out those lines of transition. We've now reached my favourite part, and all I can say is that if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I live for highlighting. I live for a glow, I live for a shimmer. I just love it, and I'm known for having a Rudolph nose, as some people say, because the glow on my nose is so vicious. It's just, ooh, I can't even, Look, This is the face of someone who is addicted to highlighter. This is me. The highlighter I use is by BH Cosmetics and it's their Wild and Radiant palette. The same way contouring is used to add dimension in the face is the same way that highlighting performs the same task. Highlighting areas such as the forehead, the cupid's bow, the tip of your nose, your cheekbones, your brow bone, and in some cases your chin area would allow them to stand out more, look sharper, and reflect sunlight. The final step of the process would be applying your Fix Plus. So I like to use a few sprays of this and fan my face so that it sinks in. I used to think that Fix Plus was a setting spray and I don't know where I got this from. Maybe it was YouTubers, it has to be the YouTubers. But I use it to achieve a dewy look because as we've worked with powders, your skin might look a bit more on the ashy side. Not necessarily ashy, but just a bit dry. So I like to spray a few pumps just to add moisture back into my face and ensure that I'm looking healthy, I'm looking sweet. I didn't even manage to film a proper closing section to this video, but all I can say is thank you so much for watching my first video. Emphasis on first because I'm so excited and happy that I finally started YouTube. But don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, trying to keep a girl's dream alive over here, you know, and better content will be coming out in due time.